Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jibber Reviews. In this episode, I'm going to show you the top must-have free apps for your S3. Now, I wish I could have had a top 10 or more, but the reality is there just isn't a lot of choice out there right now for the S3 in terms of the apps, so I'm sure this is going to change over time, but for now I'll just tell you what my personal favorites are that are available today. Okay, let's get started. Okay, now the first must-have app that you should pick up is called the Gear Browser, and you can download this easily enough through your Gear app and by doing a search just under that name, Gear Browser. And from there, once you found it, install it, open the app, and then you can go back to your S3. Okay, once you've found the app, launch it, and then what you're going to be able to do is you have a few options on how you can enter your search. So you can write it by using your finger on the screen, and I'll just give you a quick example here how to do that. You also have the option of typing it out using letters. There's the numbers, special symbols, and happy faces if you wish. And then the other option is you can actually speak into the watch. Samsung Gear S3. I found that the watch did a pretty good job at transcribing my verbal commands. The key really is just to speak clearly and slowly. Okay, so now that the search has come up, you can easily click on the link that interests you. In this case, we're just going to click on the first one for Samsung. And depending on the page content as well as your network speed, it may take a few seconds for the page to completely load. Once it has completed loading though, you can easily scroll through the page just using your finger, just as you would on your phone. And you also have a couple different views that you can choose from. There's 3 different views as I just scrolled through here. I wouldn't necessarily say one view is better than the other. It really depends on what is on the page and what really is the most comfortable viewing option for you. Okay, the next app you should have is called the Camera Controller, and what this app will do is enable you to use your S3 to take photos or videos directly from your phone, which is very cool and very sneaky. So install the app, launch it, and I'm going to give you an example of how it's going to look on your S3. The video quality actually is pretty good considering it's coming directly from your phone. And the other thing is you can actually use the front or rear camera to take photos or videos, so it's your choice. It's easy enough to switch between the cameras, and I'll show you how to do that in the tools setting. Now, I think this would be a really cool app to use like at a party. So for example, you could excuse yourself to use the washroom and you purposely leave your phone behind on the table, and once you're in that quiet and secured location, you could enable the video mode and listen in to all the nasty things that people are saying about you. Of course, I won't be responsible for any injuries you may endure as a result of confronting the punks later, but anyways, it is kind of a cool feature that I'm sure you could come up with many ideas on how to use it. Okay, now quickly scrolling through the options you have, as I mentioned, you have the ability to switch between the front and rear cameras. You also have a timer option. You have a flash, so for example if you're taking photos and you need to brighten it up. And there's also a mode option which lets you toggle between high definition, or you can leave it on automatic. The camera option, of course, if you just want to take photos. And then you also have the ability to adjust the resolution for the camera between different megapixels. So you can have it as low as, well, whatever your phone is. So say, for example, a 1 megapixel, less than a 1 megapixel, up to, mine has up to 16. So you can scroll through and pick whatever quality you want the photo to be captured in. Alrighty, the next handy app to have is called Flunked. Although I think they probably could have gotten away from just calling it Vanity as well. Now this app is actually a widget, so you won't find it under your app section on the S3. Instead, you will have to add it as a widget, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So this app is going to enable your display to stay on continuously for 30 minutes. Now the S3 does have an always on feature, but this doesn't always work for every watch face. For example, some may dim after a certain amount of time without going completely black. But by using this app, it will force the screen to stay on and completely lit for up to 30 minutes. This will of course greatly reduce the battery life, but hey, who really cares? The purpose is to flaunt what you got, so do it! Just remember that time is limited. Okay, moving on to our fourth must-have app. It is, of course, the YouTube app. Well, this is a cool little app that, as you guessed it, allows you to watch YouTube videos right on your wrist. Now, once you launch the app, you'll see that you actually have a number of search options that you can choose from. So you can enter your own search by either typing it in or using voice commands, or you can scroll through one of the many generated presets that they offer. Now for this example, let's search for this channel, just because it's so hip and cool. As you can see, you get actually a number of different search results. In total, it gave me the top 20, and I'm just going to scroll through them here for you. Now, I wasn't overly impressed with the video quality. I would say that it was fair at best. The audio was actually okay, but the video looked choppy at points and really pixelated. Anyways, you can't really expect too much from this. I mean, you probably aren't going to be watching hours of video from your wrist, but it is a good way to kill some time and keep up to date with your favorite channels. Actually, I can see myself using this while sitting in a boring meeting, so maybe there are some good practical uses for this after all. You also have the option of fast forwarding a video. Again, there is a little bit of delay in loading it, but just by turning the bezel you can speed up from 10, 20, 30 seconds into any video you're watching. Okay, now for the final app. Yes, it's a game! Sorry, I know, I had to throw at least one game in there. And this is probably my favorite game for the S3 so far, and there's a couple reasons for that. First, the colors look great, and it's very easy to control the paddle just by using the bezel. And secondly, it's a retro style game. I remember playing this back in high school, so there's definitely some nostalgia linked with this. And it's a great way to kill some time. Anyways, a cool little game. Okay guys, that's it for this episode and my top must-have S3 apps. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think by commenting below. I'd love to hear what your favorite apps are for your S3. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as more cool and informative videos will be coming soon. Until then, take care.